Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Happening, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Let me scoot over a little bit. Still trying to get used to this new camera. So thank y'all for stopping in. Thank y'all for popping in. I'm glad you're here. Hope you can see me well, hear me well. Hope everything is well. Oh man, we got people popping in already. Hey, Miss Coley, good to see you. Hey, daughter, good to see you. Hey, baby sis, great to see you as well. And everyone from the DC area. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I guess she's sharing the broadcast out there, which I greatly appreciate. So y'all make sure you hit like or love, share the message if you like the message, if you love the message, if you think the message is worth sharing. I greatly appreciate it. Man, it's been a great week, wonderful week, fantastic week. Did a little traveling as always. Chicago and where was I? Oh, Milwaukee, no, Minneapolis. So got to head up that way for a little bit. The weather was wonderful. Oh my God. You say the sound is off. You can hardly hear me. Let's get the microphone a little closer. Can you hear me now? Let's see if we're good there. Give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know if you can hear me okay there. Let me check my settings, make sure everything is okay. Yeti, yep, okay. And I'm hitting most bars. Okay. So, all right. So we're good now. All right. Brother Ray, good to see you. Thank you, man. From my homie from Texas popping in over there on LinkedIn. Thank you very much. All right, so that sounds better. Maybe I wasn't talking loud enough. I don't know. But I'm just glad that you're here. Like I said, did a little traveling this week, Chicago and Minneapolis, and then went down to a little place called Holt Summit. Yeah, Holt Summit, Missouri. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. That was interesting. We walked into a room. It was myself, Carolyn Agnew, and Andy Hamilton walked into a room of 200 at a winery. Boy, you talking about hot. Oh my God, it was hot up in there. We had a great time, man. And the funnier thing here, they didn't have any of our pictures on the flyer. So when I walked in, it was like one of those old westerns where when the bad guy walks in and heads turn, the drinking stop and the music stops playing, and they go, "Who the hell is that?" Well, by the end of the night, we made some new fans and some new friends, and we're going back again. So gotta love that. I do. As a comedian, I love that. So, Freddie, good to see you from over on the LinkedIn side. Appreciate you very much for stopping in. Put my glasses on so I can see what's going on. Oh, it wasn't me. The volume was bouncing in and out. Okay, thank you very much. I try to get everything prepared before the show to make sure that when I do deliver the show, it's great. So, hey, cousin Barbara, good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. Glad to see you in tonight. But I was talking about the show that we did this weekend, and like I say, it was great. It felt good, and that's what prompted me to my message tonight, which is giving your all versus just getting by. And I'm gonna be honest. So we writing down the last show that Carolyn and I did last month. And Andy, we did the show. I said, "Hey, Carolyn, how was it? How was the show? How'd you think? What did you think about performance?" Because we always check back and forth with each other. And she had a great show. We unfortunately we had a heckler, and that was causing some issues. But I said, so Carolyn, what did you think of my show? And she told me the truth. She said, you dialed it in. I'm like, excuse me? She said, yeah, I've been traveling with you for 5 years. I know when you're having a good show. I know when you're having a bad show. And I know when you're having fun, but I also know when you're just dialing it in. And I mean, I got quiet because I had to think about what she was saying. I thanked her for it. I thanked her for the feedback. Even on my day job, I asked for feedback because you just never know how well you're doing unless you ask somebody, hey, what do you think? I mean, you may think you're doing great and you may not be doing nothing. You think you're looking cute, but you're looking curious. So I thought about that. And I thought about it real hard. So as we drove down to Holt Summit, we had 2 hours. About the last 30 minutes, I got quiet on Curly. And I turned my music up like I used to do back in the day and started listening to some of the stuff that I like to listen to that, yeah, Carolyn ain't a big fan of. But hey, I wasn't blowing her out the car, but I just turned it up to where I could hear it and I zoned in. And I had made up my mind that I was not going to dial it in. I was going to give it my best. And the other side of that was she told me that I wasn't having fun. Well, I love what I do. So there's no point in doing something if you're not having fun with it. So, um, yeah, Longhorn had fun. Longhorn didn't give them both horns, but Longhorn had a ball. And Carolyn and Andy, they had a great show also. But just that feedback that she gave me made me decide to take a look, step back, take a look. Because yeah, I've been doing what I do a long time, but that doesn't make me perfect. And that's where I got the message from. Brother Ramon, good to see you, man. Feedback and follow up is key. You're very correct there. Yes, you are. So again, the message tonight is giving your all versus just getting by. And just imagine your life. Look at your life. Your life is a big adventure. Everything every job or situation that you come across is like a crossroads where we got to choose a path. We got to choose which way we're going to go and how we going to do this. One path is going all out, just doing, okay, I'm bringing my best and we're going to make it happen, going deep and giving everything you got. That's one path. And this is like, for me, it's like trying to master a video game, or some of y'all that like to cook, perfecting a new recipe, getting it just right. Now, the other path is just doing enough to say you did it. Yeah. Kind of like half watching the movie while, you sitting there zombies scrolling through your phone, but the movie's on. You claim you're watching it, but you can't do both at the same time. So these choices make a big difference. They really do. Whether you go left or you go right, they do make a big difference. And if we always take the deep dive down that path, we learn more and feel prouder and often get better results when we give it our best. Hey, Mary. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Good to see you, Mary. We do. We tend to do our best when we go down that road that says, give it our all, give it our best. So then on the other hand, when we don't give it our best, if we always pick the just enough path, just easy enough, just do enough to get by, we miss out on some cool shit, some cool experiences and that great feeling of accomplishment because we halfway did it. We half-assed it. So every opportunity is a chance to decide, do we want to give it our all, or do we and do our best, or just skim the surface, move on, say we did it and check the box. My mama used to say, if you ain't got time to do it right the first time, you definitely ain't got time to do it twice. And that's something that still resonates with me today. That piece of advice. But a lot of things my mom said resonated with me, and the mistakes I made when I was a kid, and I got my butt toe up for it. Guess what? I don't make the mistakes anymore. Because I can still feel that ass whooping for doing whatever it was that I do. So, hey, Rita, good to see you. Long time no see. Great to see you. So, Barbara says, I was taught no matter what, he said, what, no matter what you were doing, make an effort to do your very best at it. And she's right. And that's true. We should make an effort to do our very best at it. Because at the end of the day, it's you. It's you. Rita says, she calls me Boots. Good evening, Boots. Was thinking of our old friend Rhonda this week. Amen. Bless her heart. May bless her soul. Brother Ramon says, choose your decisions wisely, as you should. So tonight we're going to talk about a few of those things. So about making those decisions and making the right decisions, and why we should give it our all versus just giving it half-ass. So, like the first one is embracing personal growth. That's number one. When we decide to give something our all, we're not just working towards an external goal. We're inviting a journey of self-discovery. Each challenge that we face and overcome often translate into learning a little bit more about yourself. Every time you do something, and every time you do something new, you learn something about yourself and you grow. So growth isn't just about acquiring new skills, but it helps you reshape who we are and what we are. It also increases our character, our fortitude. It increases our toolbox, because a lot of times when we, especially if it's something new, we learn a new skill. And that's stuff that we could take with us moving forward. So, oh man, everybody popping in this season. What's up, little brother? Antoine, my brother Roger, good to see you. Him and Jaden up in Quincy, good to see you guys. So I'm sorry, I get sidetracked. Y'all know I got ADD, 88, whatever it is. I got something. But then we talk about quality versus quantity. And the phrase quality over quantity is something that we've all heard a lot, but it's especially relevant here. You know, by investing genuine effort, the quality of our results is often much better. The better job we do, the better quality that we get, it's much better. So when we are attempting to complete something with less than our best, yeah, it's going to show. It will show. It's going to show in the finished product, whatever it may be. You know, but if we do just enough to get by, it's gonna be very visible. I'll put it like this. It's like you decide to make a handmade gift for somebody, and you put your time and effort and work into it. Like for instance, Coley and her mom made some lap robes and some other crochet products. You can tell that they were crocheted with love. Versus if I ordered something off Amazon, it's not going to be the quality as that handmade gift that I was going to give to somebody. And you hand somebody a handmade gift that you made with your hands, they're going to know it and they're going to cherish it and appreciate it more than the one that you got from Amazon. So then there's that quality over quantity. I'm going to pick on the ladies tonight. Ladies, y'all know a quantity of men, but how many quality men do you know? And the same thing goes for women. Goes for men. Men, we know a quantity of women, but how many quality women do we know? And come on now, don't send me the inbox hating. We all know that yeah, it's not all about quantity. Quality is what makes the difference. So I'm sorry, I still got Ramon up on the screen there. Trustworthiness and reliability. So people pay attention to the way you do what you do and say what you say. It's just like I know there's people that watch my broadcast that never say anything to me, but I know they watch. So I try to make sure that I present a certain way, in a certain way. But people do pay attention to the way you do what you do and say what you say. So you may think you're going unnoticed, but everybody notices everything. Somebody notices, even when you don't think people are watching, people are watching. And when you constantly deliver high quality results with your actions is how people see you and it gives you the image of being worthy of one's trust when asked to handle various responsibilities. Yet when everything you do is half-ass or off the cuff, the view is changed dramatically. People can tell. Over time, this can be the difference between you being handed more responsibilities and opportunities or being overlooked and not given the opportunity to grow. And that's just real talk. And there's a learning curve to everything. So giving your all often means delivering deeper from into, it means diving deeper into subjects and expanding your horizons. This proactive attitude not only equips us with more knowledge, but it also provides a broader perspective, essentially for those of y'all that are innovative thinkers. I'm pretty simple country boy. The way I think is pretty linear. Guy said something to me this week that I just thought was golden, and I will keep it for the rest of my life. I made the comment. I said, "Yeah, people tend to step over dimes to pick up no to pick up nickels." He goes, "Yep, that's about it." And people do dumb stuff. Yeah, people actually sell their truck for gas money. I'm like, that's just straight country boy thinking right there. So satisfaction and self worth. There's a unique kind of satisfaction in knowing you've done your best. It just feels good all up in here. It does. It nourishes your soul, man. It boosts your confidence, increases your own personal self worth. When you know you have left it all on the stage, it makes you feel like you are levitating. I know it does me. I just feel like I'm not even walking. I'm just levitating across the stage. I'm just walking. I'm not even walking. I'm just levitating. But when you do just enough, when you phone it in, you question yourself and your talent. Often you kicking yourself and thinking out loud about what you could have, would have, and should have done. But then it's too late. You've already done it. Yeah, it's done. And it's dead. And it will be judged more by you than ones that witnessed it. Because it's gonna keep playing over and over in your head. So, yup, you get to live with it. That's you. That's all you. You get to lay in your bed, look at the ceiling with that nagging question of what if? What if I tried harder? What if I would have did this? What if I would have did that? But if you gave it your best just out the chute, you don't have to ask yourself those questions because you left it all out there on the stage or on the shop floor or wherever. But at the end of the day, I guess you won't know because see that bell is rung and you can't unring that bell. So you just got to come out the gate, giving it your man. You guys are really on fire tonight. I'm gonna have to catch up with some of these comments over here. Brother Jeffrey, good to see you, man. So if you give your best, there's no second guessing on anyone's behalf, not you, not the people who watch you do it, because people know when you give that best. When you just lay it all out there, you know, they know. And it's a wonderful feeling. Now, there's this thing called the comfort trap, and we all get trapped in it. We get comfortable. And it says, and I'm reading from my notes here. It's often said that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I've said it, just like you've said it. This might be true for some situations, but when it comes to personal growth, settling can be dangerous. Just settling for whatever can be dangerous. Opting to take the path of least resistance can seem appealing. Let's put it that way. Why? Because it's predictable. It's like an old pair of boots. You can't let go of. I got some of those, but you just you can't. You can't let them go because they're comfortable and they're easy to put on and doesn't and but they don't mean that just because they're easy to put on and they're comfortable doesn't mean that they're the best fit. They don't mean that they're the best looking boot that you got. You can do better. but it's comfortable. So when we coast through life without challenging ourselves, our days and nights can tend to be a blur into monotony. Yeah, there's an excitement in trying something new, and there's a thrill of a challenge. It man, it just does something to you. Over time, this can create a feeling of when you don't challenge yourself, it can create a feeling of being stuck in a never-ending loop. It's just the same old thing over and over and over again because we're comfortable. Yeah, you're comfortable and you won't come out of your comfort zone. It's like planting a hosta in a pot this big. Hostas are meant to get huge, but you can only get as big as the container that you are in. So it's essential to recognize this trap of deceptive comfort. That's what it is. It's deceptive comfort. While it's natural to have a comfort zone, everybody's got a comfort zone. Your home is your comfort zone. But even our homes, we try to make better. So sometimes you got to regularly step out of them and to get more experiences in your life, more enriching experiences. After all, life is about the journey and those unexpected turns, not just not just treading water or walking the same paths and swimming in the same ponds over and over again. It's about the journey, and the journey is not just straight ahead. It's not just straight. Man, there's twists and turns and curves, and that's the fun. Getting you out of your comfort zone. I tell young comics all the time, man, you good, or ma'am, you good. I'm gonna suggest you do one thing. They said, what's that? I said, I need you to jump in a river and swim upstream. Because right now you're in a pond that you're comfortable in. But I want you to get in the river and swim upstream. Go find a strange river and just start swimming upstream. Be surprised where it'll take you. Mediocrity. I struggled with using that word tonight, but I said I'm gonna use it anyway. Mediocrity, because I'm not a fan. The and it does have an impact. Just being mediocre, it does have impact. The o- the outcomes of a half-hearted approach are predictably mediocre. But beyond the immediate results, there's a longer term impact on our mindsets. Regularly settling, if you regularly settle for mediocrity, it conditions the mind to aim low. Instead of aiming up here, you shooting way down here. Because are you looking at the fruit in the tree and you see the big apples in the top? Big, pretty, delicious, no worm apples up there, but now you settle for the ones that's easy to get, low hanging fruit. That does stifle ambition and your potential. Yeah. You don't know how high you can reach if you never raise your hand above this. There's a whole nother foot there if you just extend your arm. And if you extend your arm that extra foot, you could get a better grade of apple out of that tree. It's hard to get it here. But if you do this, you can just get just a little bit more. You'd be surprised the difference 2 inches will make. So, reputation and long term consequences. I pride myself on my reputation in comedy, in my day job. And it's amazing how your reputation can precede you. And if you have a reputation for delivering and knowing what you're doing and doing what you say, that will precede you. But if you got a reputation for being a lazy ass, that's gonna go in front of you also. and how people receive you and how they treat you all makes a difference. So um, how we approach various tasks creates that impression. You know, if we continually are taking shortcuts, it can erode our image, making others hesitate to work with us or take a chance on us at all. But it can hurt you emotionally, professionally, and personally, taking those shortcuts, not doing your all, not giving your all. Yeah. So there is this thing called the adventure of challenges. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of saying the P word, problem. I call that unresolved challenges. There is no problems, it's just unresolved challenges. So taking the easy route may seem convenient, but it strips away the thrill of accomplishing something with your best efforts being brought to the front. When you're facing challenges head on, not only contributes to your personal growth, but it infuses your life with a sense of adventure and accomplishment. It just makes you even better in the long run. It just makes you feel better about life when you when you put more into it than the easy route. Sometimes the easy route is not the right route. Sometimes that shortcut you shouldn't take because there's somebody hiding in the alley waiting to bust you in the head and take your wallet. Sometimes we following Google and Google says you need to make a left turn here. You're like, I know how to get there. I'm gonna go straight. And then you end up sitting in traffic for an hour because you thought you was taking the shortcut. Sometimes we gotta go that extra mile and give it a little bit more. We can't just phone it in. The last one I'm gonna tell you about is fulfillment versus regret. A very good friend of mine, God bless their soul, told me that they live to regret nothing because everything that they've done was done for a reason. Good or bad, right or wrong, there was a reason. And there was a message in that madness. So fast forward a few years and look back at things you have accomplished and the places physically, mentally, and emotions that you have been. And it's the moments where we gave our all that stand out. They fill us with pride. We're happy that we did it. Man, we can remember those times like they were yesterday. On the other hand, instances when we did what we had to do to just getting by might leave us with a lingering taste of regret, wondering about the missed opportunities and experiences. Who was watching that could have helped me to get to another level when I did not give it my best, when I just phoned it in and checked the box. You know, again, you're laying in your bed looking at the ceiling, saying to yourself, what if? What if I did give it my best? What would have been the outcome? You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, did this and this and this and this, but it's too late. That's it's already didn't happen. You can't go back and redo it. You know, you can't go back and re-audition. So to sum it up, our approach to anything in life shapes not just our immediate outcomes, but our personal growth, our relationships with others, and our future. People, especially friends, know when you're just doing enough to be a friend. But people know when you're going all out for them. And when you go all out for them, they will go all out for you. They will give you 110% because they saw you give them 110. Sometimes they'll give 125 because you gave 110. So while it's natural to want to take the easy, the red button, that big red button, the easy button, it's natural to want to take it. The easy button, every now and then. But if you consistently push your borders and give it your all, that could lead to something bigger and better. That could lead to a better life, better experiences, deeper satisfaction, and fewer regrets. That's the truth. So that's the message for tonight, y'all. Hey, let me see what we got going over here in the comments. My brother Antoine checked in. Roger checked in. Marion says, take care of yourself first. This is very true. You do have to take care of yourself first. I cannot argue with that. You do have to take care of yourself first. Anyone, if you are making bad choices. Cody says that saying equates to another one. Measure twice. Yes, you're right. Measure twice, cut once, which basically parallels not wasting time having to cut twice, but do it right the first time. This is very true. And any carpenter that's worth a carpenter or electrician that's worth their salt will tell you the same thing. Even the Army, when we were taught to fire weapons, well, I learned to shoot before I joined the Army. You aim twice and fire once because you only got so many bullets. Ramon says, your heart and mind need to be aligned for positive, progressive growth, at least for me. This is true. You cannot be of double mind. If your mind and your heart do not agree, then they're going to fight and you're going to go in separate directions. And then you can become what they call it double-minded. And you're going to be unsure of your actions. And it will show. It will show. Oh, Cody says all things about the crochet products can be seen. They were made with love. Yeah, you can see that they were made with love. Y'all took the time to put your love and care into those, and they're beautiful. They are beautiful, and you can look at them and tell that they are handmade, just like the ones that Charlotte makes. They're beautiful. When we give them to people, people go, "You really? You're giving me this?" Yes, yes, we are. And this is from Coley and her mom, or this is from Charlotte. And they make these with love. And you can see that they weren't half-assed. Somebody put a lot of work into those. Cousin Barbara said, you better say it. Said, bro, God has always been a mentor. Take note and listen. Amen. You're right. Yes, people watch your every move. Scorp says, bro has always been a positive mentor, even when his life may not have been on track. It's the consistency for me, bro. So my brother Ramon, we went through some things. We went through some serious things. And he saw me he knew me when I was face down in the mud, breathing out of one nostril. And even then, I tried to be, no, I'll say I was positive, as positive as I could be. I may have been outwardly being positive, although I was fighting my own battles internally. My brother Jeff, good to see you, my friend. Freddie says, if I'm not tired, if I'm not sweating, if I didn't give it my 110, I'm not proud of my work. Amen. Stand behind your work. Stand behind it. Man, y'all really gave me some comments tonight. Carolyn said, you definitely left it all on the stage Friday night. Proudness. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I did an hour and 20 minutes. Hey, I was having fun, and they was laughing, and we was going, and yes, it was great. But Carolyn and Andy both, they left me a hot stage. I had no choice. Personal growth. You are what you eat, not food, but knowing what you can do. Amen. And Roger said exactly. I don't know what he said exactly to, but I'll take it. Barbara says, I can proudly say I've seen Longhorn do it several times and have gotten a chance to see you do it also, Miss Carolyn. Yes, she has. Thank you, cousin Barbara. I'm gonna send you $20 for making that comment. Hey, Annette, good to see you. You have a blessed week as well. Roger says, keep up the great work and message, Vernon. Thank you, sir. Baby sis says, I'm gonna need you to mentor that camo throw I crochet for you because it show was made from love. And she's right. I have a matter of fact, it's right there. My sister, okay, here's a little secret about Longhorn. I can actually crochet. I'm not very good at it, but I can actually I can even hand crochet. I can do the basic stitches because my mom taught myself and my sister. My sister, she took it to another level. And she made me an army camouflage throw that's sitting over here on the shelf. During the wintertime when I'm sitting down here, I take and I throw it over me to keep me warm because I'm in the basement. And I treasure it. Uh, I do. Yeah, Miss Coley, no offense. Miss Charlotte, no offense. But yes, I do treasure that throw my baby sister made for me. And I keep it close. Like I say, it's maybe 8 feet that way on the wall there on the shelf. And yes, I really use it. I do. And she's right. Mama did teach us how to do it. I know who you are. You ain't got to tell me who you are, lady. Good to see you. Yeah, I do use it, baby sis. Well, guys, I thank y'all for hanging in there. Oh, representing tonight, my American Legion post up in Quincy. Thank you very much, post 37. Had to rock that for them tonight. Well, for us tonight. Um, Barbara said, you don't have to pay me for telling the truth. So, guys, the next time you decide to just phone it in, to just half-ass it, to just do enough to get by, think about it. Is that really worth it? And sometimes the person that we half-ass it for is ourselves. Why should we give ourselves half if we're giving everybody else 100? Give yourself 100. And that means you still got something you can give to them too. So, all right, y'all. If you like the message tonight, man, hit like or love, share the message. Uh, please. I'm trying to grow the message. Hey, Miss Brown, Miss my favorite person named Miss Brown. How you doing? Amy said, cause they my kids. Leave my grandbabies alone. Uh, glad to see you, Miss Brown. You say preach. I'm just telling it like it is. If we can give others 100%, we got to be able to give ourselves 100%. Because guess what? We deserve it. I had a brother named Fidel used to tell me, brother, when you get paid on Friday or whatever day you get paid, the Eagle flies, pay yourself first. Do something for you. So what I used to do when I lived in Topeka, Kansas, is I would get paid and I would go to his restaurant and I would buy myself a fried red snapper dinner. That was my gift. Or it was either lunch or dinner, whichever one I had the time to do. But that just always made sense to me. But give yourself 100%. Give others 100% and watch what happens. All right, John, let's get up out of here. You know what I always say? I love you. God loves you. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of yourself. Love them kids. Take care of them babies. You can catch red snapper in Arizona. I did not know that. Um, respect our vets. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Vernon Longhorn Davis. This has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. Y'all follow me, keep up with me. because we're broadcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. God bless y'all.